We come now to verse 19 of the 9th chapter of the Gospel of John. We are dealing with a controversy that's arisen even within the leadership concerning a man who was born blind and now allegedly sees. And they've questioned him, and of course his response has been to confirm that Jesus must be a prophet, because how else could somebody do something like this? Obviously the man has not been fully schooled in the identity of Jesus, but he knows enough to know that this is a man of some supernatural power. The religious leaders, of course, are twisting in the wind over the problem that Jesus did this on the Sabbath, which is a technical violation of the Sabbath. And so on the one hand, that would indicate that he could not be a prophet or anything else with God's imprimatur on him. At the same time, it seems that they're facing this rather insurmountable argument that he did perform a rather astonishing miracle. And so that becomes the source of their controversy, the source of their frustration. And so to try to resolve the dilemma, they've called in the parents. And the parents are now summoned before what amounts to a kind of tribunal here. And the parents obviously are somewhat mystified that they should be put in the middle of this particular interrogation, but here they are. And now the question is put to them. So we have Kai, the connective, and erotesan. This is from erotao, contract verb. This is the third person plural, aorist active indicative. So they asked. Autus, the masculine accusative plural pronoun. So they asked them. Legontes, from lego, I say. This is a participle. It's the present active participle. Masculine plural nominative. So it is describing what the Pharisees are doing, the religious leaders. So they questioned them, erotao, asked them the question, saying, hutos, demonstrative pronoun. This is the masculine singular nominative. This, esten, from ami, I am, third person singular, present active indicative. This is ho, the masculine singular article, ho huios, the son. The masculine noun, humon, this is the son of you, or this is your son. So they produce this man who can now see, put him before these parents and say, this is your son. Then they ask the question, hon, relative pronoun, who, in the accusative here, because it's going to go with the word legata as an object. So who you, humes, and of course the presence of humes here, the pronoun, second person, plural, nominative, who you say, and so the humes there becomes emphatic. You say this as opposed to anybody else is the idea. There's a kind of accusing tone to it. Whom you say, hoti, that, connective here, to phlos, a blind man. This is the nominative singular, masculine, a blind man, agenethe. This is from ganao, means I am born. The idea here is, of course, that he was born. It's in the passive. So what we have here is the third person singular, aorist passive indicative. So here is this man who is your son, and you say, and the sort of a suggestion you're claiming would be the idea that a blind man, he was born. He was born a blind man. And then they ask them the question, pos, the adverb, interrogative, indeclinable. How therefore, the postpositive connective, how therefore, blepe, third person singular, present active indicative of blepo, I see. How therefore sees he now at this time. RT is a adverb, it means now. So this is the man that you claim was born blind. How in the world is it that now he sees? And of course we know the parents are going to essentially try to dodge this question. They don't know the answer to it, and they really don't appreciate, I'm sure, the accusing tone of these who are putting the question to them, because as a matter of fact this tribunal could result in negative consequences, not only for the man who now sees, but for his parents, depending on how they deal with the present situation.